the task force appointed by President William Ruto to review the governance of religious organizations in the wake of the Shakahola massacre begins its sitting tomorrow to gather views from the public.
Well, the Rev Mutava Musyimi-led task force will listen to the public in order to review the legal and regulatory framework that informs how religious organizations operate. The sittings begin concurrently with the third phase of the exhumations at Shakahola that targets 22 mass graves.
While the country is still reeling from the horrors of Shakahola, the government is moving into the next step in addressing the cause and consequences of that religious massacre by going to the people to get their views on what needs to be rectified. The presidential task force led by Rev Mutava Musyimi will have the first of its sittings as the process of streamlining religious operations begin, with Interior CS calling for full participation from the public.
I want to request the people of Kirinyaga, the people of Kenya, to come out and speak openly and candidly on what you'd want us to do as government, what we need to strengthen in terms of policies, laws, procedures, to make sure that a few people hiding behind the Bible and the Holy Scriptures of God do not misuse the constitutional right to the freedom of worship.
The CS says the outcome of the task force's work will be key in shaping how the country will handle religious matters while respecting the constitutional rights in the country.
And I want to stand before you, brothers and sisters, fellow Kenyans, and the entire world. I stand before you and before God to promise you that this government will do whatever it takes, will do whatever it needs to be done to make sure that never again do we have the kind of damage that we got at Shakahola Forest.
The task force is expected at the end of its work to have identified existing gaps and proposed legal and governance changes that will help prevent religious extremism in the country, with the CS insisting that the law will be followed to the letter.
Kwa sababu muuaji hana dini, muuaji hana kabila, muhalifu ni muhalifu. Akijificha kwa Waislamu, tutamfichua pale. Akijificha kwa Ukristo, tutamtoa pale. Akijiweka katika dini za kitamaduni, tutamtoa pale. And the way we have succeeded in the fight against terror and Islamic extremism, we will also succeed in those who misuse the Holy Scriptures and the Word of God and the empowering gospel of Jesus Christ to commit murders, to commit atrocities like what we have seen down in Shakahola.
The public hearings begin simultaneously with the third round of exhumations at Shakahola, following the conclusion of the second round of autopsies on the bodies recovered from the forest. So far, 248 bodies have been exhumed and post-mortems conducted on them. The new phase of exhumations targets 22 mass graves, with expectations that more bodies will be recovered from the scene of what has come to be known as the Shakahola massacre. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.